Hello, everybody, and welcome to a random Saturday stream of the world according to Tone. It's going to be just kind of a hangout, just going to kind of do whatever, kind of breeze through some things. I want to show off some loot. I want to just kind of hang out and chat if anybody ends up chatting, or I'll just talk into the void like I always do. Maybe some painting. I'm thinking about doing some of that. I got to get some stuff done for the Outpost 93J that I haven't done in a while, but it's been kind of a mix of productive day, I suppose, so far for doing content and different things. But first off, I just want to say how much I absolutely love that intro song that Square Kid did for me. It's just awesome. I love synth stuff. It fits what I want it to do. I think what I'm gonna have to do though is because I use that mostly for Let's Set the Tone. As you see in the logo on that, it's still Let's Set the Tone. I think what I'm gonna have to do is probably reach out to him and have him commission another one similar for the world according to Tone. So that's probably going to be on the docket here real soon. But it's been a minute since I've done any sort of, stream of really anything outside of Let's Set the Tone here or there. If you haven't catched the last episode of Let's Set the Tone, had a great time once again with a half-assed beer review. Josh, we always have a blast. Love just chatting and sitting around and doing whatever. We got pretty lit that entire day, I'd say. But and I still might even drink today too. It is Saturday. There's a pay-per-view tonight for WWE. We got Backlash. Cena and Orton are gonna wrestle. So it really is just kind of a open free day. Like I feel like recently it's been go go go. We're always doing something or whatever it might be, and this weekend's kind of more low key for once, which is kind of nice. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I'll talk about some of the photos I did here with one of these figures in a moment, but other than that, like just kind of kicking it at home and just kind of enjoying a little bit of the weather. I was outside some today and probably will be outside as the day progresses too, outside of the stream here. So, but I hope everybody's been well. Other than that, I guess just to kind of dive right in. So it is well known that I am clearly, for the gazillionth time, over Hasbro, doing their thing when it comes to Star Wars figures, Black Series. I actually love the GI Joe line that they do. I'm just not a big GI Joe fan, and I feel like it's starting to get saturated now too because they're really good at that, and they've just with Star Wars they continue to do it with all sizes of their lines. The TVC with the 6-inch Black Series. We're still not getting characters we should have had years ago that we want, but I'm not going to dive into that for the gazillionth time because I could sit and talk and complain about Hasbro. Although I did see in the last couple weeks they did renew their contract with Hasbro, which kind of a bummer. Like, I don't know. I don't know who else would be able to take that over. There's definitely some companies out there that would be great for it, but I digress. Anyways, so my buddy Jeff, who is starting to get his foot into world making, even though he's been doing it for a while on his own. He's a huge medieval fantasy figure guy, so he's been to the Savage Crucible. Harbinger Studios makes such great figures here. And I was trying to stay away from getting involved in another figure line. However, after him getting these figures in my hand and checking them out and getting a feel for them and how awesomely detailed they are, how great they are when it comes to articulation, that's that, right? They don't put out a lot of figures. It's not a costly venture to get into them. They're a little bit more pricier for some of their figures, but they're very quality. They're high quality. So I was fortunate enough to win, during Seven Dungeons. So Savage Crucible sponsored one of their streams on their 100th episode. And I was able to somehow win their giveaway, the Shield of Dazera. I might say that wrong, and that's perfectly fine. And it's an awesome figure. Like, this is an awesome figure that I won, and I was very thankful to win it, and I appreciate that. I've been playing with him for a week or so. He was nice enough, graciously to bring this up to me during the weekend last weekend, and pretty cool. I've been playing with it for an entire week, so it's awesome. I'm going to zoom in here in a moment and get some pictures. Well, I take that back. I did do some pictures earlier outside. It's beautiful weather here in Michigan, so I was able to find a good spot, lay in the grass, and just take some photos. And I can't wait to edit them and get them out on Instagram at some point too. There's a lot of pieces here that he came with, and then of course Jeff gave me a goodie bag full of other stuff I've been checking out throughout the day too. So that's that. And I do want to give a quick shout out. I know I've been talking about it for a minute, and it just reminded me because of last weekend, but Steve and Brandy of Koi's Comics asked me to work during Free Comic Book Day last Saturday on the 6th. It is, man, it's one of my favorite things to do yearly. It's really one of the best holidays in my opinion. And I was so honored to be able to ask to work, and I had an absolute blast just sitting there talking free comic books with people that were coming in. They got busy, it ebbed and flowed. My background is in customer service and retail, as everybody knows, with GameStop and other, fast food things in the past. And it's been 4 years since I've had to stand on my feet and work and talk to people at that kind of thing. But man, it was an absolute blast to be able to do that. I hope that they'll ask me back to do that again or for other things. I love Koi's. I love those two. I love their staff. I love the people that shop there. It was just a great experience. And then, I was able to do that, enjoy myself. A little tuckered out because I wasn't used to that, right? But able to spend my evening with Jeff and Erica. They came up here, brought me the figure. We had some dinner and just had an amazing hangout session. And what a great day, right, all around. So. But I digress once again. So, but yeah, so I've got him. I'm going to show off, and then I'm going to show. I know I did a video not long ago of the Spider-Man figures from AliExpress. These knockoff, I think they're CT right figures, knockoff Mafex, and man, I'll tell you what, they're awesome. They're really awesome. I've been effing around with these for about a month as well. So, but let's kind of dive into it. I do want to showcase before I get to the figures, and I'll zoom in here in a minute, but I do want to show this off. So if you like Final Fantasy in any form, this is the newest vinyl refractions from Knights of the Round Table. They are a Final Fantasy metal band. They take music from Final Fantasy and they make metal music out of it, and it's fucking awesome. And they do great work, and I love listening to them. They're a small scale Midwest band. I really wish we'd get more sight on them, because outside of the fact that it's awesome because it's Final Fantasy music, which Final Fantasy music has some of the best video game music out there, right? Composed so well throughout the years. And then they turn it into metal, and they're really good at what they do. That's like a secret sauce for me. So thanks to Half-Ass for getting me into them, and their latest, like I said, the latest vinyl just dropped here, Refractions. You can find them on Bandcamp, Spotify, all streaming platforms. But 3,000, I think, limited to the vinyls. This is my third or fourth vinyl I have. There's third, I think. I got some other ones over there just to have. And man, I tell you what, like I was listening to this again last night. The combat from Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core is metal as fuck. It is so good. So definitely, if you like metal, if you like video game music, specifically if you like Final Fantasy or just fantasy metal, you need to check out Knights of the Round Table as soon as you possibly can. So there's that. All right, let's switch over to the cam here and play around for a little bit. Let's do that. Figure out where I get a little bit of electric light here. So let's see if I know what I'm still doing. I did. Okay, perfect. So, bingo. There's going to be a little glare, of course, but there's the Savage Crucible box there. Comes with all kinds of goodies. Harbinger Studios. Now, I have pre-ordered 2 other of their figures. Elric, I believe, and the Death Knight, I want to say. I think that's the right. I think I'm pretty sure on that. So I've pre-ordered those. Can't wait. Those are going to be coming throughout this year as well. Can't wait to play with those. And look who it is. It is the one and only Half-Ass Beer review out in the YouTube chat. Yes, lots of chuggies in this. That Crisis Core, that number 6 or whatever it is, of refractions here. Number 5, it is. I was sending it to friends last night as I was getting drunk, because we have a metal music chat, and Friday nights everybody's drinking and sharing music, and I was like, listen guys, you gotta check this shit out. Like, It's awesome. And then we also got new Orbit Culture, new song dropped, I think this week, and so did Parkway Drive. So awesome music out there. It was a great night just drinking and listening to some metal. So, but all right. So this Savage Crucible figure here. So again, I just keep calling him Shield of Desarea Shield. So, pretty awesome figure. Initially, you can see like you can take the armor off. Anything for the most part is removable and swappable. Every figure apparently comes with a secret special weapon, and this is the one that was in mine. It's a blackout piece of plastic. You don't know what you're getting until you open it. It's a really cool like magic-like scimitar, purple, and then of course his normal sword here. Now he does have let's see, I'm gonna get some of the pieces out. Keep him in a little. Kept him out like that because I had him outside. He does have a cape. The cape was pretty cool. So, but this is, you can put this on. It's the sheath for the sword. Kind of just hangs off to the side here. You can put it on either side if you want him right or left. I just kind of put in his left hand right now. But this is actually not part of the set, I don't believe. This is something that Jeff gave me. It's a book, and I definitely used it, and it works really good for him. So, and maybe it did, and I don't recall very well, but I'm just a new guy here. This sweet potion. Now this reminds me, if you can see this potion reminds me of the potion from Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. If you're familiar with that movie, that's all I can see when I see this. You get the little 5-star tattoos or whatever on your hand or whatever, your palm, when the demons get close or whatever. So, of course, some different hands. And then 2 different other swappable heads. As you can see, like, you can continue having them fan out. I really like this one a lot. This one seems like something like, hey, he's ready to attack or get his guard up or whatever it is. But pretty neat there. The only things that kind of bums me out is from them to this one, like the standard one, you can really see the teeth on this one. Like, kind of give it that crocodile-y look there, so... But, yeah, all this armor comes off. Like, he's pretty much, you can pull them all apart into all kinds of pieces, and I have today to get the waist belt off. I had to literally pull the torso apart, so, and to pull this off, the armor, you got to pull the head off. But great figure, man. Like, it's been so fun to fuck around with. Like, he's just so posable. Stands and does whatever he wants. I got some really cool pictures, like I said, that I took earlier outside, and I can't wait to do a little editing and touching up, and then I'm going to throw them out on Instagram. So be on the lookout for that. I'll probably promote the fuck out of that, because it's the first time really, doing extra when it came to my photos, which is, that Wentzilla touch, which is, get into your environment and do some stuff and get some sweet shots. So I can't wait to showcase some of those. I might even add, I don't know if I'll add them at the end of this. That seems like a lot of work. I'll probably cut this video. Oh, that's a great idea. 2 birds with 1 stone. Maybe I'll cut this video and add some pics. So it's not a full unboxing, just a cool showcase here. So I guess that means that at some point, and now a little bit, I'm into medieval action figure collecting, but I think they're going to be great for photos and just to kind of do some cool stuff with them. So I definitely appreciate 7 Dungeons crew for, some say it was rigged. I don't think it was rigged. I never usually win anything. But for at least having that giveaway, and thank you to Savage Crucible for allowing them to, and me to win this, because I really, really, really wanted to win it, and now because of that, it's a stepping stone into another figure line. But again, it's a pretty manageable one, and I think it's well worth it. So these guys do great work. They seem to be great people just generally, which is, got to support some of those folks. So awesome, that's that. And then he did bring me some other stuff. I got a cauldron he gave me, so thank you, Jeff, for these goodies. This is awesome stuff here to kind of go through some of these. Cauldron. I got some beakers and stuff, which are pretty sweet with little corks. That's pretty gnarly. And then a bag full of stuff. I think some of this is for me and Zilla both, but I think it would be worthwhile to kind of showcase them here. Now, here's like a little katana for, any probably 3.75 figs. It looks like a canteen or something. I could probably even put this on my shield. I have a drone plane. That's pretty sweet, little drone plane. Just a bunch of little freebies and stuff. What's this little guy here? This is something's in here. Ooh. Oh, it's one of the anvils. So with the world building, everybody produces something to connect to your other worlds. And I think, if I remember correctly, Jeff is doing magical items. And I think to do those, you have a smith at your world and use these to build. And there's some, I think there's a couple hammers here. You build magical weapons, whether that's, I think, guns and medieval. He'll probably be able to break that down sometime here soon. We're going to get him on the talk sometime here real soon. But I think that one's for me, one's for Zilla. So pretty neat there. Appreciate all the gifts. I got a gun, which I can use plenty of guns, especially for the outpost. A little cell phone. That's pretty sweet. A little old school, like, Nokia cell phone. And like some form of, like, I wonder if you could put the beakers in this. Maybe that's the point, right? You put those in here. I don't know. A little toolbox maybe or something. Who knows? I don't know. Lots of cool little fun stuff. I appreciate you, Jeff. That's pretty fun. Pretty sweet. Good little stuff. So, and I think that's a bone. Oh, that's a scroll. Oh, shit, that's a really sweet looking scroll. I don't know if you can see that scroll. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So, fun stuff. Goodies. That's pretty fucking sweet. Shield could use this too, right? Yeah, he certainly can. That's going to definitely stick with him. But that's it. That's the sweet, awesome, savage Crucible figure. Like I said, I got some pictures. I will definitely throw in the, as Half-Ass would say, D-roll, and showcase some of those here soon too. So be on the lookout for a lot of that. Clean up here for a moment, because I'm neurotic. In case you didn't know, I'm a neurotic person here. Cape. Booyah. Shield. All right. I'll leave him out. I'll leave him out for now. Just as easy to leave him out for now. All right. So, like I had said, AliExpress. Shout out to Comrade of Grown Ass Men Toys on this one. He he finds figures all over. He's always like the guinea pig, testing out stuff, and letting everybody know what's what. And he did this on these for me. I ended up accidentally getting 2 of these. That was my bad. They were cheap, so it didn't matter. I've got one for Rad Toys Galaxies, so you can fuck around with it. But they come with a lot of pieces, as you can kind of see in here even as well. Like tons of let's see if I can pull it out. Tons of hands for both of them, and lots of like webbing, so you can do all kinds of really cool like web stuff with these figures. Now I got a regular Spidey, a Peter Parker Spidey, because first of all, I Spider-Man's top 3 for me when it comes to comic book heroes. Big fan. Look at that tray of goodness. You can see that. All kinds of different like web too. You can have them swing around. I want to get like a cityscape that I can, maybe do some cool photos with. Some of these have magnets on them too, which is cool. And I think they connect to some of these other ones. I like some of the web. I really haven't fucked around like that. I've kind of figured out some of the pieces I like, and I've just been fooling around with Scarlet and Spidey fighting. So one of the things for me when it comes to Spider-Man, one of my all-time favorite suits or looks is the Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider-Man, as you can see here. I love the Clone Saga. I really liked the Jackal. They kind of turned him into almost like Spider-Man's Joker for a little bit. Dude's completely insane. The whole Clone War saga in the 90s that not everybody was a huge fan of, I feel like. If there's people out there, I think that was a dud. But I think one of the best things that came out of it clearly was the Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly. Like, I fucking love the look. I've never not been a super fan of it. The blue hoodie, the full red suit, having the web shooters on the outside of his costume, and like the belt and everything, and all that stuff that normally Peter Parker keeps hidden under his suit, to kind of more contrast. Ben kept him on the outside. So, but yeah, I'm a super fan of this. I have always been. My Hot Toys Spider-Man, the only one I've got is of course Scarlet from the PlayStation video game. To kind of show those off. They also, again, I think they're considered Mafex, rip-offs, but to pull them over here. They do come, of course, with these the arms, as you can see, and I've got it set up right now so Ben is kicking the shit out of Peter Parker. You kind of see there. Very posable. Very fun to play with. Oops. I'm really awful at figuring out camera work. So it's cool because, like, again, like it almost shows that they're in the air, they're fighting like that. Pete's trying to get him with a webbing. Ben ain't having that. He's kicking him in the fucking head. But man, these figures are fucking awesome. There's some other CT ones I'm eyeballing. I think I know there's a Venom or like a black suit Spidey, and then there's a Gambit I'm eyeballing. I know there's some Wolverines out there too. They're all pretty cool. I might pick up a couple more at some point. I really just wanted these more than anything. There's the other Ben Reilly suit too. After he picked up the mantle from Pete, when Pete kind of retired and let Ben take over. That's a really cool suit too, actually. But the Gambit's probably the one I really, really want to grab. I hope they do like some more. I don't know, like a Punisher or something would be really cool. But yeah, these are great figures. Like I been turning a few people onto them, just check them out. I mean, honestly, they're like $15-$20, 25 maybe at most. You can catch some pretty good sales. You can do the coupon thing on Ollie. Tracking them's a funny joke. Like I told somebody yesterday, I think that, I don't try to even bother tracking them. There's no point in that. So I just kind of let them go. Like I know I order them and they show, it's a surprise and I'm excited about it. So that's pretty much how I let that roll. Cause it's not worth it at that point. Cause it's so wonky. Who knows where they're coming from? Most of the time they come from like China, or I think one of these came from Australia. So, you got to deal with customs. They got to wait. It's usually like, 3 weeks, even though they make you think it might not be. It is. It's a wait. So, but anyways, yeah, these are great. I don't always go down the knockoff route. I appreciate, again, Comrade for kind of turning me on to these and, again, being a pretty big fan of them. So they're pretty gnarly. So I'll keep these around and play with them. And like I said, I want to do a cityscape, I think, or something at some point, and do like a cool set of photos on those. When? Who knows, right? Who knows at all? So, but that's it. That's it right now for the loot. I really haven't gotten a lot of stuff recently. I've been kind of like dialing it back a little bit. I know tariffs are starting to hit some of the figs and whatnot too. But it is what it is right now. It sucks and it's annoying. Who knows how long it'll stick? We'll see. It's just fucking a whole goddamn mess either way. So, but oh hey, what's happening? Jeff's in the chat. Jeff, I actually just recently missed it. Was talking about this awesome Shield figure. So I showcased a little bit of it. It's already unboxed, so it wasn't really an unboxing, but just kind of talked about how awesome the articulation is, how awesome the quality of these are, just by touching them. They're scaly, like it looks like a snake. You touch it, it feels like a snake almost. Like it's crazy how realistic it is. And then I went through the sweet goodies that you got me as well. So there's some good stuff in there too, and I appreciate that as well. But yeah, I know I showed Jeff some photos that I took of him already. I got some more too. Hopefully later tonight while I'm watching that pay-per-view, I'll be able to do some editing as well. So, and it is Backlash. I'm pretty excited. Like I said, like, I don't know, man, I haven't really been able to catch a lot of SmackDowns because I don't know what I have as an option to stream USA, but I do check out a lot of the clips, and the stuff going on with Cena and Orton has been awesome. I'm a big Orton fan. I love that Cena's been kind of giving Orton like this, looks like an upper hand, like kind of putting him over a lot. I'm sure Cena will retain the belt. I don't expect, at all, Orton to win it. It'll be interesting to see what goes down on it. So, WrestleMania being kind of meh and subpar, even the card tonight to me is like, meh, we'll see kind of thing. But I'm definitely very excited to see Cena and Orton and just kind of hang out tonight and drink some beers and watch that. But, well, I think that for now is the loot part of it. I think what I'll do is I'm going to put up the other screen for a few and get my paint over here and start start working on my project and just hanging out and painting because I want to get this damn thing done for Outpost 93J. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna put the screen up. Give me a few minutes and we'll kind of jump into it. As far as the painting side, Jeff says, I really want Orton to take the belt off Cena, but not yet. Yeah, that is so if we haven't talked about that, that is one thing that I and a buddy, Forge Hammer Chance, has kind of also talked about. I think that in the end, when Cena leaves, I think it's going to be somebody like Orton who's going to get the belt, or it could be, again, Cody Rhodes, but I think it would be good if it was Orton. I'd like to see him feud for a little bit, and then at the end of December, maybe Orton go over, get the belt, and then maybe Orton flipping to heel, and then him and Cody feuding, because, man, teacher versus student, that there's a story there that if they're not going to tell anytime soon, that needs to be told, and that's what I want to see. I want to see Orton. I want to see Cody Rhodes go at it. So, oh, look at this guy. Oh, Wentzilla reboot coming in here. Just turding on everything, telling me to hurry up. You think, yeah, Zilla thinks maybe Roman. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like after Roman and having it so long, I think it's time that we need to start getting Orton's belt count up too. And Orton and Cena have feud for so much of the 2000s, man. Like, it's a deep-rooted feud. And I wish and I hope it goes past Backlash because of their longevity. But if it's a flash in the fire pan now and they revisit it at the end of Cena's run, I'm fine with that too. But I just, I'm a big Orton guy. So, like, I like Roman. I don't have any qualms against Roman. I just really, really, really am just a big Orton fan. And I just think in my head, it makes more sense to see Orton go over on Cena or Cody Rhodes than it would be to Roman after Roman had the damn belt for fucking 3-4 years, right? I don't know. That's the way I look at it. All right. I'm going to get this paint stuff over here. I got to just fill up a little bit of water, get all my brushes, and then I'll sit and blah, blah, blah. If you guys want to sit around, hang out, and talk wrestling, perfectly fine. I'm just going to be painting. That's pretty much it. Just going to be hanging out today, like I said. So appreciate everybody kind of chilling already in the chat. But we're gonna hang for a little bit. Orton Cena is 20 years of history. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, this last run, I really hope Orton is a big part of it with Cena. I know, like I said, I know it's happening right now. I want to see maybe Cody get back into it some too. But yeah, I think that 20 years of history with those two, I think it makes more sense to me that at this last run that Orton's going to be sprinkled in throughout it. It's a deep-rooted, cool feud. So awesome. All right, I'm gonna switch over to the main for a moment, and I will be right back. I'm gonna put this BRB up. Hang tight, hang loose, and I'll see you shortly. right. There's that. So, this ship is a, at least in Star Wars Rebels, was a prototype Y-Wing that, if I remember correctly, Kanan Jarrus flew around. I picked one of these up for Outpost in the thoughts that this is the transport or the ship that Hondo was able to grab and find or track down or whatever, to also get to the Rebel crew there on the Outpost 93J there. So, and then, of course, Sabine, seeing the ship, decides that she wants to give her touch to it. So that's kind of the story with the paint. It's been taking me forever to finish it because it's a pain in the ass. I've also been busy. And, yeah, so we're going to work on this as we kind of go through. So get back to the loot cam there. There's a lot going on here. I kind of put the cardboard down because I don't want to get the white background too much of a mess. So hopefully that looks all right. I don't know if you guys can kind of get a good look at that. There's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of pieces I've been working to paint on. The actual thruster pieces, the Y-Wing, I'm just kind of going with colors that she typically uses, like on her armor or whatever. So turquoises, blues, purples, yellows, things in that nature. And then I got these really sweet chrome pens that Zilla was talking about, and just kind of gave some colors, some spots, just to kind of get a look at it so you can kind of see some of that shine. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's coming along. It just needs more paint because it's, you know, as you can see here, the black still comes through. I gave it a black like coat, and just, I don't know if these acrylics from Michaels just are trash, or it's just one of those things where you got to paint a gazillion times. So, you know, I'll touch up later, right? You know, I don't know if I'll ever go full blown like this again. I might, because this has been a lot to paint. So also kind of starting like where I want to start right now too. The big ones that I'm having problems with, and I'll probably start here, is the pink. I wanted the guns to be pink. I like that idea. Give pink kind of contrast the rest of the colors. So that's where I'm going to roll right now. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to start painting and kind of go from there. And just hang out. So if you're, you know, the chat's up, you're welcome to chat. It's interesting that I've got 2 Joshes and a Jeff. I don't know what is with you Jays, and you're all fire signs for the most part. Jeff's on the brink of a fire sign of Aries. He's just in a Taurus, so we still claim him. But 2 Sagittariuses, an Aries, and a Taurus. Sounds like a party. All right. Where is my... Go with the medium-sized brush. Here he has to be perfect. Give me that pink. Give me that pink. Shaky, shaky. Zilla, are you watching? I'm assuming you're watching Bash Clash tonight, too. Do you have Zoe with you, or are you guys all watching it together? I could have invited any of y'all over if you wanted to watch it. I guess I didn't even think of that. I forgot about it till yesterday, literally. But I'm looking forward to, like I said, looking forward to watching that either way. Let's at least get another paint coat on these here. Team Aries, that's right. Have you on my phone and TV, I think. We know who your biggest fan is. Oh, that's very kind of you, Zilla. Yeah, it's because you're also a pervert. So you probably, in your little spot that you always lay and have no pants on. So I appreciate that. Team Fire Sign, though. Team Aries, Team Fire Sign. Team Sagittarius here. But yeah, if you guys, either of you, anybody wants to come over and watch the pay-per-view, welcome to. I'm just going to sit around and drink some M43s. Which, by the way, half-ass, I got 2 or 3 4-packs here still for you. For sure. I don't know what I'm going to do for food yet, though. Should do Wingstop. But I discovered yesterday that my car is leaking, pretty sure, coolant. Antifreeze coolant, pretty sure. I talked to my buddy Jamar. Seems to be the consensus right now. So I got to take that in now tomorrow night for Monday morning for my place, which I'm not looking forward to paying for that. But this looks like Pepto-Bismol. It's funny. So I gotta deal with that. That's great. But Wingstop maybe, huh? Maybe some Wingstop? That sounds good. Zoe are home alone. Taylor's at work. Oh, Chinese food sounds really good too. That really sounds good. We almost got that yesterday. We ended up getting Margs and Rio Luna. Of course you're going to get Wing. Yeah, you would tell me to get Wingstop. I probably will. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. My stomach's been kind of messed up today. Probably because I ate Mexican food last night, drank a bunch of Celsius, and then woke up today a little... Well, I woke up and then kind of laid back down for a while. And then what I decided to eat right away for breakfast was one of those Red Baron little pizzas. No bueno. Probably not a good idea. That's fine, though. Wings do sound pretty good, though. I will be honest. Maybe I'll get some of those little Cajun corns. Get a couple boxes of wings. Nah, that's probably what I'm going to get. See? We were watching a video, actually, because I've never had Dave's Hot Chicken. I want to have Dave's Hot Chicken. And I know there's one in Howell and Lansing, the closest ones to us. I think Howell's the closest. They have, for Brit, they have, like, really good cauliflower chicken options. And the guy that was doing the video was, like, blown away on how good they were. Was really impressed by it. So we're going to have to make a trip sometime down that way to try Dave's Hot Chicken. I thought we were going to get one closer. I know we're supposed to. I thought we were getting a Big Chicken or Big Shack Chicken in town here yet, too. I know we just got the Chick-fil-A, which Chick-fil-A is good or whatever, I guess, but I don't know. I'm more of a Popeyes guy. Now we got the Wingstop anyways, if you want really good wings. I want all the chicken spots, man. I want some Dave's Hot Chicken. That'd be pretty gnarly. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to set this just to dry. Probably over here. No. Okay. Whatever. Oops. That's the thing about these fucking guns is that it's not an optimal way to get them to dry either. That's fine. We'll figure it out as we go. Notice how the pink does not cover the plastic on this at all. So that's cool. Gonna be a gazillion times out to paint this fucking thing. Or maybe not. Maybe I just deal with it. I don't know. Yeah, Dave's Hot Chicken is my next chicken spot that I'm, like, obsessed after this video I watched on it. Zilla, did you get your stuff figured out from Evie Mux? Was it Evie Mux? I couldn't have been Evie Mux last night because that seems like everybody else would have been having issues too. So I wonder if, something going on with your internet or your phone last night. Always seems like somebody on World's Makers Consortium on Friday nights has problems with, like, internet, right? So maybe it was your turn. Timbo was having issues though too. But I thought that was because he was in a hotel. God, these are a pain in the ass. I just want to fucking throw them. I haven't decided when I'm going to paint the missiles yet. I don't know. I don't know when I want to paint those. I almost feel like it should be another different color. I'll think about that. All right, so we got another coat of pink on these for now. I'm going to keep trying to just douse them. I might do a Evie Mux test stream tonight too. I don't know. Oh, fuck. Got some plans in the works. I want to get some stuff going and getting some more content out there. Mostly conversational, though. Mostly conversation. My Dark Lord demands I deal with you. I am here for the Rebel Scum. What is up, Mr. El Blanco? What's up, bro? Can't believe you're not sleeping or working. That seems like, your small window of, like, anything. being able to pop in here. I appreciate it. All right. Well, I think I'm good on pink for right now. Let that stuff dry. What you up to, Blanco? No work or just a different type of day? Are you still working the weird, like, early shit? Tell them to give you full time. It's fucking fuckers. Fuckers. Knew that was gonna fucking happen. I find a really good fine point, and it's got the dumb wide fucking bottom on them. I don't know why. Not worried about that though. Let's see, which one is this? Nope, I don't want you. I think I'm gonna work on more of this green. Get some of that covered on these. Gonna pass out and saw his live. Yeah. Fuck sleep. Nah, you get your sleep, man. Don't hold back on that either. Still working that early AM shift, man. Fuck that. Sounds awful. I couldn't do that. I mean, I might be able to do the early. I don't know if I would be able to handle the overnight. Even though I'm a night owl, I just feel like... Nah, man. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. Yeah, we're just trying to get this finalized for the outpost so I can get some pics out there. I'm gonna really do a lot of touch up on this shit. Fucker. Fucker. Alright. What was I gonna use? Oh, yeah. Trying to get Zilla over here some weekend to work me on some tutorials on how to customize properly. I'm just trying to grow up to be like Zilla. We're trying. Just trying. Really excited about next weekend, though. Half-Ass and I are heading down to the Cincinnati area. I'm going to meet up with Draston, and then Saturday hang out with Marco and Julia of Truth Beer Pods. Podsequences. They've got a couple of breweries Julia wants to take us to down there in the northern Kentucky area, so pretty hype about that, but it'll be nice to kind of hang out with them as well and continue to get to know them. Make sure to check out their podcast as well. They do kind of like a Cincinnati beer wrap-up where they check out the podcasts in Cincy area for their local beer folks and like kind of prod and critique, do sniff counts of the beer and talk about some of the stuff they do in their those podcasts they watch. It's pretty fun. They've ribbed me and Josh many times, which is appreciated because it's all with love, of course. Blanco, you've been working. Okay, wow. Okay, so you're getting good hours in right now. Oh, you finished 50 hours, so you working. Good. Oh, that's great. Good for you. Good. There's a right way, Zilla, and I'm a hands-on learner. That's my problem. There's things I haven't been able to do, either not necessarily just painting, but like the customization part, like pulling figures apart. I have a roadblock trying to start things like that because I'm a hands-on learner. I need to be shown what I should be doing, do it once, maybe twice, like right there, and then I'm good to go for life. Like I have to see it, I have to understand it, and I have to get my hands on it. Giggity. About to work every day this month. Hurry up and pay shit off soon. Good, yeah, Blanco. That's my work could give me. I wish I could make some fucking overtime. I've been putting in some extra this week too. I'm gonna be for the next month. You got it. You dig the pay job. Thank you. You might not have been here for it, so I'll explain a little bit. Yeah, Mace dildo. You're funny. So Sabine with the Rebels Phoenix Squad, she always paints things her way and her style, and it's always like a certain color palette, and these are kind of like the colors for it. So the thought is that when Hondo shows up with this prototype Y-wing that Kanan has flown before, she's going to take the time to give it her special paint. So that's why we're doing this. So the story behind it is because she's doctoring it up. It just so happens that you got to repaint everything 574 times to get it to look good. So that's what we're doing. And I'm going to start doing this more frequently just to chat with chat if chat wants to pop in, because we're Let's Set the Tones more conversation focused with the guest. This is more of like a free flowing hangout and chit chat or whatever if need be, or just me screaming at nothing, whatever. It's all good. Kind of give me that those old mixer days again. Most modding you've done is sand down, animate a Batman, and turn it into Space Ghost. You really did a Space Ghost out of Batman? You should do you still have that around? I want to see that. I am actually, well, you fuck around with Gundams though too. Oh, those don't have to paint though. Those are just kits. I'm actually surprised you don't paint and do shit more, honestly, Blanco. That's right up your alley. I mean, you might paint clown makeup on your pee-pee, but who doesn't, right? All right, I feel like a lot of this has just got to be globbed and let this dry for a minute. Move on to the next. Cool beans, Jelly. Figure out where I want to fucking set it, though. Yeah. Let my paranoia work with me. Stop yelling. That's all I do. I know. I'm pulling a Zilla, yelling at everybody. Years ago, I think you had to figure somewhere, but never got around to. Oh. That's fine. You're tired, you said, so you can't spell for shit. You've probably been up since like 2 a.m. The next vehicle I want to paint, though, is probably the A-Wing that I got. After doing this fucking thing, though, I gotta come up with a better method. Unless it's just the acrylics, but I don't know. It's not good when you're an impatient person, right? Painting minis are one thing, because usually that stuff just sticks right to it, but, man, I don't know if it's just something about the plastic of toys like this, like vehicles or something. And maybe, again, I'm still new to it, so maybe I just need to be checking my bullshit. But yeah, I do really like the colors of this. Like, not to toot my own horn, I love the whole aesthetic of it. Yeah, almost since 3. Yeah, well. How's my audio level sound out there? Does this sound all right? It doesn't sound too, like, muffled, robotic-y or anything like that. Like, I'm not shouting, of course, right now, but probably should ask that, because it wouldn't be a B&B stream of any form if there wasn't some form of issue. However, I will say for the first time since OBS has adapted this new method of multi-streaming, that when I went live, it went live right away and was able to enter in the stream information that I normally am not able to do. So I use Apple Barrel sometimes, and it works better than this. Okay. What is this brand called? Craft Smart from Michaels. It was $20 for like 30 of them, so I'm sure like I bought bottom barrel, but I wanted to just at least get a start, right? It worked fine for the 3D printed Chimera I had, or Manicore. This, I don't know. A little sus. Sanding this with a fine grit helps the paint stick. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I know how to sand, but maybe, right? Not much, but I had to crank up the volume from 40 to 90 to hear you better. Okay. Yeah, this seems like sometimes the audio, I don't know, like, but the problem is if I crank it up in certain areas around here, then it sounds like it's too much. Let me see. Well, let's experiment. All right, it's turned up to about a 5, almost a 5 now. Does that sound distorted if I turn it up to 5? Does it sound louder, I guess, even? Yeah, so that sucks that you weren't able to figure that shit out last night, because that was a really, really good stream and conversation. They had a lot going on. That was a bummer you couldn't make that one. It's a bit louder. Does it sound still fine though? Like I don't sound distorted or whatever? How is my voice at least matching my audio? That's sometimes another bit I've been dealing with, but I think I figured some of that out. I realized sometimes when I was recording that I kept the second mic on, and now I mute it. And I think that's helped. So, we'll see. Okay. Okay. Good. Thanks, Blanco. Appreciate you, bro. That audio. I was the one that set the entire show up, bro. I know it was a good convo. That was, oh man, that sucked. I know. Well, they were giving you some shit because we're apparently going to see Dino Milk soon here and all that process, which is pretty cool. Now audio desync. Wait, how are we? No, not now. Man, what the fuck is going on? You saying it's all right? Is it all right? The audio look good? How's this? Am I matching up? Yeah, it was a good show. It's bummed that you couldn't be there, but like I said, Timbo was having issues too, so I don't know. The stuff that Abby was showing off, dude, I'm gonna pick up a couple of those figures. That fossil figure and that shark, man, those are so cool. Those little kits, all those manhunters. Did you check those out? Those are fucking cool, man. Yeah, it's good. All right, thanks, buddy. Here's something random, Blanco, I've been thinking about. I keep forgetting to ask you. Does Alora still stream? Is that even still anything there? I don't even know if I see her active on socials anymore, honestly. I feel like 90% of the people that were anything on Mixer never recovered. Audio's good. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Zilla. You just can't spiel shit, man. There was another guest that couldn't get on, huh? Yeah, I saw you kept trying to get on the show. Yeah, I don't, like, I was reading up on EV Mux and any of those issues, and I've seen that those things can happen and has in the past, but not, like, for, like, 2 years, that's been considered, like, a really great platform. I guess when it first got released and it was trying to compete with StreamYard, there was issues, but, Reddit and everybody said that, EV Mux seems to be consensus is better. It's, more stable, so I don't know. Unless it was something on Rad's end, you know, I don't know. But I'm going to start my account today or tomorrow, and I'm going to try and get a practice stream out for it and check it. So Blancos, so once I get that going, dude, once I get EVMux going, that will allow me to do Let's Set the Tones remotely and like discussions and hangouts with multiple people. Hint, hint, hint. So now people that I could have on Let's Set the Tone for conversations that live, you know, in the Boston area or in Canada could be, you know, interviewed and be on for some discussions. Just saying. Maybe my phone is old too. We've had issues with every show. Oh, yeah, you know, because didn't the week before you had issues too, Zilla? I think I now remember that too, so maybe. Unfortunately, she's been going through some major life stuff. Nothing bad, not my places. That's fair, yeah. That won't allow her to stream anytime soon. Okay, that's a bummer. Right on. Oh, computer? Fuck. Just get a really powerful RAM process heavy laptop. Don't worry about like graphics card so much or, you know, playing games on it, which I'm sure you won't, but that'll open up the door for you some more too, though, Zilla, and stuff. And I might have some things that you can use for that too, for streaming. I'll talk about that with you sometime. But I might have some equipment or something that I don't need or use. If you need something, I'll check. I do want to get. I had asked Fox about his mic setup and his arm that he was using and all that stuff, and he sent me the information, and Jesus Christ, high-end fucking podcasting equipment. Respect on that. That's gonna have to wait because I need two. But damn, oh damn, yeah, his shit ain't no joke. It's pretty like high-end, mid or top of the line. Yeah, PAX, man. I've always wanted to go to PAX. Never went to an E3. Always debated about a PAX. Never got around to it. I don't know. I really haven't been gaming like that anymore. I'm more just kind of focused on the hobbyist stuff. I do want to play that Obscure and Finished Avowed, and I'm going to be definitely playing Doom Eternal when that drops because it's metal as fuck. That'll be gnarly. So we'll see. All right, let's drive for a moment. Dry bitch. Dry bitch. Dry bitch. There you go. Cool beans. Yeah, I forgot. You get junk internet there, too. That sucks. You can't beg Spectrum to, you know, throw a line down or something? Fuckers. My mom deals with that out in the southwest part of Saginaw County, man. She can only use like Verizon satellite bullshit, and at the corner where she lives on, probably 150 yards away, there would be options for them, but they don't want to dig a trench and throw it across the road. She's even offered to pay for it. It's a pain in the ass, man. This last coat of this teal green is clean this up quite a lot. I think next we're going to be working probably on the baby blue. When I can see that needs to be next, and then I can start touching up because the perp's pretty good. Get these done, and then I'll focus maybe back on the actual shit part itself. I think one more coat of this here in some areas. Oh my God. Can't tell if I'm hungry or if my stomach's still fucked from that pizza. I feel like I'm a little hungry. Britt went to the store and she picked me up another one of these. I can't leave. It's been years since I've really gotten down hard on Slim Jims, right? But these like Tabasco Slim Jims, holy shit. I cannot leave them alone. I can't leave them alone. This will be my third one this week. They're so good. They're delicious. Got a nice little heat. Get that Tabasco flavor. God damn, so good. I want to just eat it, but probably fuck up my guts even more right now. But man, they're delicious. Yeah, this is actually pretty much good on that coat, on that color. I need to do some touching up later, but other than that, I'll wait till the other one dries a little bit and should be pretty good. Cool. I'm gonna move on to another fucking area. Like I said, it'll probably be that blue. Come on, hang on. Neighbors wouldn't sign the thing for it. It is literally 300 feet too far. Jesus. Why wouldn't they sign? Go over there and pay them. If you offered to pay them, be like, I'll give you $50 if you sign it. Why don't they want internet? What are they, 75 years old? That's something I'd start a fight over, bro. Go put on your Yellow Ranger cause and start some shit, man. Daria. Still mad the last year I'm not. I only missed the both PAX East and Anime Boston the same weekend. Meet Shibuya. Oh, man. I know, man. I've got some things that folks have reached out to that want to do this year, and I'm just like, man, I'm trying not to spend too crazy on stuff right now. I really just want to pay down my credit card a little bit. I want to focus on that, like get a good chunk of that down. And I keep having fucking roadblocks with that because something keeps coming up. But, I just want to focus a little bit on that, but, man, I got friends talking about Vegas. I'm like, yeah, I would like to, but, man, I just don't know if I really want to spend that right now. But, do small stuff that you can do and enjoy that's not really expensive, like, going to Cincinnati next week, and, Zilla and me and Rad are going to go hang out with Timbo sometime in September. So, stuff like that's pretty cool. I did Disney this year, so, like, everything else is just going to be, like, a little lower scale than that. But if I had the opportunity to go to Disney for Halloween this year, oh, shit. I'd start jerking off into a cup at the sperm bank right away. Make some money. Yeah, I just want to get the credit card paid down. So it's not out of hand or anything. It's just, I don't know. Just want to be, just get a little bit of that down. I got Unleash the Archers stuck in my head because that's the only music that I've mostly been listening to, at least nonstop, is Unleash the Archers. I can't get them out of my head ever. I listened to them last night. I listened to them all day because they get stuck in my head. And I hope I can catch them sometime on a tour. That would be awesome. And apparently, that Unleash the Archers, if you haven't checked them out ever, another one that I think Zilla and Rad got me into, they are a medieval metal band, more or less. Very operatic, like just very talented, lots of good, like, vocals. She's got a great vocal range. Just fucking so hooked into them right now. Oh, nice. Yeah, grind that out, Blanco. Get that shit paid off. It ain't worth it. Don't let the man hold you down, son. Get that shit paid off. So that's my goal right now. Getting that shit paid off. All right. I'm gonna switch over to that blue for a little bit. Do this for a little while. But I do appreciate y'all hopping in here. I don't ever really expect anybody to hop in while live either way, you know. But we're just hanging, you know. We're just hanging today. Just hanging. I'm gonna do this probably for another hour or so live, and then I'll probably I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I want to, like I said, pay-per-view starts at 7. Want to watch a little bit of that. Want to go somewhere good for Halloween? You got to go to the Halloween parade in the Village in New York. Gothic beauty at its finest. All kinds of costumes with the Gothic folks. Oh, that sounds fucking awesome. That is kind of themed with what Brittany really wants to do, like a Northeast trip at some point. I want to too, because I really want to. I've never been to Boston. I've never been to a lot of that area. I've been to Washington D.C. I don't really care about New York, but I would love to have, like, seafood's my favorite food, right? I want to hit like great seafood on the Northeast, and so yeah, you are always ready for hanging, yeah. Well, if we ever get going on that sort of trip, you know, we'll have to hook up, swing through Boston, hit some proper Dunkins over there. I want to get some fucking true lobster rolls of the finest variety, clam chowder, all that good shit. Now everybody's got their favorite style of those, but I like it all. I don't give a shit. Each has its own place in my heart. Chowder. You don't really have that kind of accent, though, the Boston one, I feel like, Blanco. Anytime I've heard you talk, at least. Maybe it's just me. It's always funny when, Affleck or Damon, like, switch into it, because most of the time you don't hear it out of them. Do ya? Or are you saying, yeah, meeting up and touching pee-pees? Man, maybe it is me getting hungry a little bit now, too. I feel like you don't maybe have that crazy accent. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. It's funny because, like, I don't think that we've got an accent in Michigan. Everybody says we kind of do, but I think it's just that we say everything plain without an accent. It's just very straightforward, right? Like, that's how I envision it. Maybe that's just because I'm from Michigan, Midwest. I definitely know we say shit, like, differently. And then, like, you go, like, one state away, even into Ohio, like, you start hearing, like more of a southern accent. Chris used to have a different one, I know, when he was in Indiana, I think. More. He doesn't have one so much anymore now, though. Drastin, I mean. That ding dong. It's just funny how that works out, though. And it's funny, like, when I was hanging out with Rad, you know, like, he doesn't have, like, a crazy Canadian accent, but it is noticeable the way he says some stuff. And, like, I catch myself, and like, when we were around him that weekend, I catch myself, like, inadvertently sometimes having, like, like, I don't know, accentuates. That's not the right word. Add some sort of like similar like dialect in some way. I don't know. Is that the right? I don't know. And I even think I think Zilla even pointed out too, because I feel like like there was one or two times where I was like, what the fuck? Caught me off guard even too. I'm like, and I realized it as soon as I said it or did it. Not a Boston accent. Remnants of the bilingual accent from growing up in Puerto Rico. Did you? So did you? So you were you? So then you were born in Puerto Rico, and how long till you moved over here, or when? I guess. Dialect. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. Oh god, it's gonna be a lot of touching up. I knew that from the first time I coded this though too. Okay, right. Born here, lived on and off there till I was 6. I got you. Okay. See, that'll be great conversation when you're on Let's Set the Tone. Oh my fucking god, I just put my hand right on that fucking paint. Real smooth move, dude. Smooth. Okay, next. Okay. Definitely cannot wait to edit these photos a little bit, touch them up, I should say, from this shield figure. Man, I think they turned out pretty good. Beautiful sunshine today. Was able to get some really good, nice little shots and the flowers and the plants. So hopefully I get some of those up and posted at least a couple by tomorrow night. Can't wait for that Elric figure come in from Harbinger. Be a long year waiting for that shit though. Everything seems like it's just dated. Still debating whether I'm going to keep my pre-order for that Megatron Godzilla from Hasbro. It's basically like the G1 version of Grimlock, but with Godzilla's colors. But he transforms into a Megatron version, and it's cool. But my only hang up about it is that it's pretty like G1-ish, like far as the transforming. Looks like it's got a little bit of posability on it, but like, I don't know. I can't decide if I need it or want it that bad enough to keep it. So we'll see. Got couple months still to decide on that, but I go into my big bad store and like just look at it constantly and go like, do I need it or want it? You know, should I focus on something else? That might go towards something else. So I still want once in a while to pick up a transformer here or there. I just don't know if that's one I really want. I don't know. We're pretty much close with some of the stuff here, though, at least. Be able to switch to other pieces to paint. Mostly the inside of this cockpit. Cockpit. It's 3 defects. It's in pretty good shape, though. I'm just seeing, you can see through a little bit of it, so. Oh, that's okay. So a lot of this is just going to be getting to the point where it's at least touch-up points. We'll be able to put some chrome in some other areas, make that look nice. Oh, there's some more. Baby blue. You done yet? Fucking A, man. No, I'm not done yet, bro. I don't know if I'll ever be done with this. I don't know if there's like a limit to where when taking photos that I can see where like I'm worried more about coating and seeing seeing the paint come through a little bit, if it's worth it. I don't know. You're supposed to come over today and help. That's on you. So now I can blame you for it, Zilla. Yeah, boy. Oh, fuck. Might do another paint of the pink or some more pink on these guns. Fucking, it's just not fucking covering very well. Oh, of course. And the acrylic is like rubber pulling off. Cool. Cool. I'll put money in this bet. What do you mean? Don't act like I know what I just said, because I definitely don't. Or are you talking about me never being done with it? Because, yeah, I'll probably never going to be done with it. You motherfucker. I see what you're doing now. You're baiting me. He's baiting me. See, that chrome looks nice on some of that, though, right here, right? Chrome looks good here. You see that? You see that chrome? You have to be able to do some chrome in here. Some of the pipes and so over here. It's going to be sweet, man. Gonna give it a little bit of life, a little bit of a standout. Looking pretty good, though. We're getting there. Might switch over to that dark blue now. Kind of just keep rotating the colors, honestly. And I know I'm going to finish with that stupid yellow. Fucking yellow. Dark blue has turned out pretty well so far, though, too. I'm going to take my Slim Jim break. These things have been a bitch to open, too. Oh, nice. Not as much as the other ones. There you go. Oh, perfect. Perfect little rip. There you go. I snapped into it. That Tabasco is just so good in these. Wait till I get that Cajun wings from Wingstop tonight. My lips will be burning. It'll be awesome. My butt will be burning too. It'll be sweet. All right. My navy blue. Yeah, that's right. LA Knight now is a spokesperson for it too, huh? Yeah. I can't believe his popularity kind of sank real quick there. That sucks. I love LA Knight. I'm still a fan. I tell you though, I would like to speak out on finally, Karrion Kross is getting some big looks finally. Number one at one point this sale, merch t-shirts on WWEshop.com. People are finally starting to see his promo ability and the things that he's doing. That's holy shit, that's a hot bite. Woo! They're getting sight on his work finally, and it's awesome. Where's your prime? That's funny you say that. I didn't even think of that. That's funny, yeah. Yeah, Wingstop also, that's fucking great. I'm a WWE, I'm a WWE fanboy over here. I only watch WWE, but I call myself a wrestling fan. Wah. No, Karrion getting sight on him is great. I've been touting that fucker's name for a couple of years, how underrated he is in a lot of ways. And, man, always pulling threads, always doing something. Social media posts. I guess there was just a interview with Chris Van Vliet. I don't know who it was. Or no, it wasn't with him. It was somebody else giving him props because apparently he will pay for like special production to do some of these things like out of his own pocket. Like he's just working on getting himself over and just doing his thing. Watching me eat snacks is the best part. I got a whole tub of animal crackers over there I could get into. I needed a break, all right? I laid in the hot sun for like an hour today taking photos. And, you know, Slim Jim's calling my name. There it is. Maybe I'll get those wings and eat them on camera. Nobody wants to see that. Fucking gross. That's the one thing I hate about eating wings is how gross you get. Looks like I dove my face right into the sauce, usually. It's alright. I'll eat boned-in wings at home. That way nobody can, see me. Ah, delicious. Oh, yeah. Really surprising, though, with some of the releases from WWE this week, too. Man, Cora Jade, Dakota Kai was the big surprise, I feel like. I don't know if Shotzi was in this round or if that was before. She's already thrown. A couple of them are throwing some shade at WWE, I noticed as well, too. I'm like, oh, shit. Braun Strowman already? I just feel like WWE definitely is one of the better ones that books big guys, but with Braun Strowman, somebody like him, like, I don't know, like, he's just never really been, like, impressive to me. Like, he's just a big dude, and, you know, like, I always look back to guys like Paul White when he was starting out in WCW even, you know, as a big dude, like, he was agile, he could talk, you know, like, they always booked him right, and then, when he was the show and stuff like that, like, with WWE, man, like, he was awesome. And it was always going to be consistent, but, like, I don't get, like, why Strowman, unless it was some back, you know, politics in the back. I do know that I feel like, has been, I mean, again, it's all hearsay, I think, but he's not always the easiest to work with, maybe, or something. I don't know. I heard he's kind of a knucklehead. I just never really fucking cared. Like, yeah, he's cool. He's a big guy. He's imposing. He looks like, I think seems like a pretty decent worker, but I don't know. I do know that AEW this week was a great fucking episode of Dynamite this week. We are on a collision course for the next pay-per-view, I think on the 25th, and it's going to be Hangman and I think Osprey, right? Am I crazy on that? That's gonna be fucking barn burner. Again, two different like types of styles, but two very like top of the fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck. There's my brain being dumb. Top of their game in both their styles, like the way they do things, like, you know, Hangman's so fucking just precise on like his work, and Osprey's, you know, just a fucking beast all around. So I'm really excited for that pay-per-view. That's gonna be the 25th. I'm definitely gonna be watching that. I hate fucking Sunday night pay-per-views though. I fucking hate them. I don't understand why both of them just can't keep them on fucking Saturdays. I think it makes so much more sense. I hate staying up late. AEW's pay-per-views will go for like fucking 7 hours and still go like almost to 1 o'clock. It's like, bro, like, I want to sleep, dude. Like, chill out. Do something about it. But it's a funny thing to complain about, but damn, man. I mean, yeah, they pack a lot of fucking wrestling in it, but fuck, just, you gotta work in the morning and be up. It's so much. I ain't like that anymore. I mean, I'll still watch. I say that. I'll still watch. I do know that it was cool. I was on YouTube the other night and come across I don't know if it was a rise and fall or just a rise of the NWO Wolfpack. And it was like an hour and a half long. I watched it at 1.5 to kind of breeze through. But man, I was so hooked into that. I hadn't like watched anything on that in so long that there were parts of the rise of the NWO Wolfpack that I kind of forgot. I was so big into it at the time. And I forget, again, even though I swear I was just talking about this with Forge Hammer, that the poke of doom that happened with Hogan and Nash was the same night that Mankind won the belt, and everybody from WCW changed their television sets back over to WWE in a time where they couldn't afford that because the ratings at that point for WCW, like, it was coming in like 0.3, 0.7 versus 5.0 for WWE. So peak Monday Night War. And some people argue back and forth that, you know, of course, Nash and Hogan and Bischoff say, no, it wasn't the Poke of Doom that cost us the Monday Night Wars. Nah, I don't agree with that. I think that was a big part of it. It just made no sense. Like, you had Wolfpack build up as this major face crew. Nash was over as fuck as a face. All the stuff that just happened with Goldberg a week earlier with Scott Hall tasing him. Like, I'll never forget watching this shit live, for the record. And then Hogan coming out and just poking Nash and him falling, and all of a sudden, like, he's back with, you know, Hogan and Black and White NWO, or they're merging the two branches of NWO again. Like, it made no sense. It just felt so, like, came out of nowhere. You know, even still to this day, to look back on that and watch this and be like, man, that was so fucking weird, because we were so big into the Wolfpack and it just disappeared. Because after that, I feel like, because I think Sting might have still been out or something, or he hadn't been around. And he still had Luger. Like, he just left some of these guys hanging. Like, it made zero sense why they would do that. Dumbest thing they ever did is cut that out, because even though they said, hey, by the way, you know, Mankind's going to win the belt, they thought they were being funny, spoiling it, because 6 days earlier, you know, Foley had won the belt, because back then WWE's doing mostly tapings. The Poke of Doom didn't help the situation either. None of that helped. So it's just weird to kind of like go back and look at that, and instead of just like, talking about it or trying to remember it. And actually, when I watched that whole entire thing, because I remember, because they were going like Nitros, Thunders, and then pay-per-views, and like I watched that shit fucking live, all of that. Like 1998 was a huge year for wrestling. That was also one of the first times I went and saw WWE live, was in 98, in the peak of that Monday Night Wars. It's a guy where I got to meet stupid Val Venus, but also the incredible Edge. And just to think, like, by the time 98 was done, like, that was pretty much like sticking a fork in WCW, and that was that. And then, as we got into 99 and 2000, we all know where that ended up, so. But, man, just to kind of watch that and remember that, and like I said, I forget about that frequently, that was, they correlated together, Foley winning the belt, and, NWO Wolfpack having its end, and it shouldn't have. It's so weird. I still like whose decision was that? I was going back and forth with Chance with that a little bit last night, because I'm like, I had read that Nash didn't book that, and Chance was under the impression that Nash did book that. But it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would you book yourself like that when you're so fucking over? It just sounds like something that, fucking Hogan would have done for himself, was to get the belt back on himself and have some stupid event happen with it, and then that's that, I don't know. Just kind of weird and random. I fucking love the Wolfpack, man. Don't turn your backs on the Wolfpack. You might find yourself in a body bag, because I came to see the bad boys of wrestling. Let's be real. With that extra blue. God, I can't wait till this will be done. Should I put... Zilla, I might have asked you this before, and I don't know if you're still hanging, but do you put, like, clear coats on this to seal the paint or anything like that? Is that something I should consider, or no, just be all good? Don't turn your back on the wolf pack, or you might find yourself in a body bag. Motherfucker. Of course I would. Paint on this thing. My little paint cart. A little paint on it. All right, what time are we doing here? About 20 minutes, maybe. I'll keep live. We'll see at the very least. Probably mess with a little bit of that yeller. Get some yeller in there. Burp, burp, burp. I might cite to still paint throughout the night too, but like I said, I'm gonna watch that fucking pay-per-view too. Edit me some videos or some photos. I wonder if we're gonna see Cody come back tonight too, or they're gonna keep him out for a little bit. Imagine they probably keep him out for a little bit. He doesn't really need to be around right now. I just fucking the roster split's so awfully awful and not balanced well. Like, they need to pull some people off SmackDown to put on Raw to make it more interesting. Badly. I definitely am way into the Rollins thing right now. I mean, Seth Rollins is one of my favorites in WWE, period. But him and stuff with Braun and Heyman, like, I'm way into that. Love that. I think it's a great pairing. You know, he called it the past, present, future kind of thing, I think, last week. I love that. Like, and then CM Junk come running out. Fucking idiot. This yellow looks like runny fucking macaroni and cheese from like a Save-A-Lot. It's gross. I hate looking at it. Makes me want to puke. Alright. What's going on? I don't feel like I got enough of that blue off there. That'll help. There we go. Of course, I just put my fucking fingers right into that. Why not? Yeah, best in the world. CM Junk is lucky that he's just above mid card, maybe. His wrestling ability certainly is way overrated. And I'm sure in his mind, he literally thinks he's the best in the world, but he's never been that close at all. It's hilarious that a egotistical maniac like him thinks that he's best in the world. Fuck that guy. Toxic Phil. Toxic Phil. Wish he'd fuck right off forever and just would have stayed out of wrestling. Nope. He had to come back and ruin shit and waste everybody's time. Except for E-fed little fanboys that don't know what real wrestling is if it shot him in the fucking face. Half the time. Yeah, that's aggressive. Take it. Take it. Take it. You guys still doing your watch through of American Horror Story today, Jeff? How be that going if so? Ugh, this yellow makes me icky. Oh, I was into him. Yeah, the pipe bomb stuff was great. That was just a different, unique time, I think, you know. But I still always scoffed at the fact that he thought he was the best in the world as a fucking wrestler. Like, okay, no, I wasn't in. I was into him in 2011, and you know a little bit after. I wasn't into him in like 2010 or before. It wasn't until the pipe bomb that I actually didn't mind him, or actually, should I say, even cared or pay attention. But times change, so and he walked away for a little while, so that's on him. And he thinks that he can still be considered best in the world when he cut out 7 years of his wrestling. Not best in the world anymore, buddy. Not best in the world anymore. Well, if it isn't Mr. Chef himself, Sea of the Dead. Welcome, buddy. How you doing? Good to see you, dude. Props for getting into the chef world and doing the things you've been doing, man. That's you know, hard work, good talent to have. Leverage yourself now. do 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 do. I don't even know what I'm gonna paint the bottom of this fucking thing. I don't know if I'm gonna. I got to. Fucking hell. I feel like it's got to be blue though. That baby blue, or maybe that green. I kind of like that teal. Maybe that teal, or maybe gray black. Honestly, and then just touch it up with the other colors. Ooh, yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Keep forgetting about that. There's a bottom to that. That makes me mad. Don't want to be done with this stupid thing. Yes, see the bad boys of wrestling. Jeff, have we not talked about CM Punk before? I feel like we have. I complain about him to everybody, so you've probably heard my spiel on it. Maybe you're just waiting to do it when, there's a computer screen involved instead of in my home. Because I don't fuck around with that fucking moron. Nope. You might be fucking with me, though, too. I just can't remember. I just make sure that everybody hears about, CM Punk being a piece of shit. Good for nothing, toxic motherfucker. A guy who thought he needed to, handle somebody like Hangman Adam Page, who continued his career the entire time, didn't stop for a good better part of a decade, and wrestled in places like New Japan. It's part of Bullet Club. Helped start AEW. And then Punk can come in after 7 years and be like, oh, everybody else here is a child. Which I do believe there's some truth to some of that, because, I don't doubt that some of the people there were probably not as accommodating or as welcoming, and I can understand why. Guy coming in, think he knows everything, wants to tell everybody what to do, or just generally he's got a bad rap for, from what I understand, not always being, great in the locker room. Maybe I made that up. You're a chef, aren't you? I thought you said you're chef. Oh, we have chat. I'm okay. Yeah. See, I get so blinded with my hate that I don't know who I have talked about it with and who I haven't, and whether people have an opinion on it or not. I probably also don't really care, because nobody's going to change my mind that he's not a toxic piece of shit. And I think the biggest indication of that is he's never taken fault for any of the big situations he's been in. Any of them. Colt Cabana, either of the two incidents at AEW, he never took any fault at all. And if you can't be the type of person that can at least admit that you are part of the problem, because it's a common denominator. Notice the common denominator. There's one person. Sounds like there's a narcissist involved, and typically they don't take responsibility for their actions ever, so. All right. Gross yellow there. Fuck. It's so hard to balance. So if you're not a chef, are you working to be a chef? Is that what you're doing? See the Dead? Like, what does that mean for you then? Are you just kind of working your way to that? Motherfuck. Just wants us to balance, and it doesn't want to balance. Was he? When he thought he could just walk into AEW and do whatever he wanted, and that didn't work out so well. I don't know, man. I think there's too many things that point to the fact that, you know, I mean, Triple H has also said that, you know, they didn't like each other. He didn't think you'd ever have him come back, you know. I mean, there's reasons for those sort of things, and I'm sure it's behavior, this, that, and the other, and I'm sure there's other stuff involved too, but like, I don't know. God damn it. This fucking thing won't stand or dry. And then I touched the fucking yellow anyways. Well, I'm repainting this Star Wars vehicle for my world building. So I'm trying to just get it painted, really. I'm painting specific colors or whatever, so that was dumb. I figured it out. Cool. So I'm just trying to get, you know, all these coats on it or whatever right now, so I can put it together. I've been working on this for way too long, months, so I'm going to try and get this focused up and taken care of. Oh, you're being funny, okay. But yeah, I just got to get her all set so I can take some photos and get it in integrated in my Outpost 93J. So, what are you up to these days, though, other than that? Do you still gaming? You do game streams still at all? We were just talking earlier a little bit about how it's like after Mixer kind of crashed, like nobody really necessarily grew or recovered out of that. I mean, it's tough doing content anyways and trying to get success and grow or do whatever you want regardless, but game streams are just such a, I mean, you kill Mixer, which is what 500,000 strong versus like Twitch, which was 11 million. Everybody for the most part on Twitch is game streaming, or you know, on YouTube now too. It's just like it's such a thick competitive market either way. I mean, shit, I mean, I started streaming, 2018? June, July 2018 as a game streamer at first. And then did Banter Babble started like the fall of 2019 after months of planning and talking about it. So, I mean, we're already that far into it now. Yeah, on YouTube. Okay, right on. Yeah, we still, I mean, I multi-stream too, you know, because you see to Twitch and YouTube now. I don't care about trying to grow Twitch at all. You know, it's fine. I don't mind being on Twitch, but it's just, I just honestly don't see true longevity with it regardless. So that's why my focus is really quite on YouTube these days. So I lead more heavy on that. You know, we got so much evergreen content on it as it is. You know, just keep adding to it. So. Got you. All right, on. Well, I appreciate you popping in. Yeah, it's decided today to kind of jump in here and get something out there, and even if nobody popped in, just talk to the void, paint, get some stuff done. It's just hard because a lot of my content I don't feel like is it's either recorded at this point or, you know, it's conversational heavy, so it's hard to have a chat involved. So it's nice with like this sort of stuff when I can do like hangout streams or I'm painting or whatever, but I can, you know, interact and chat with the stream. So Well, what time is it? How are we doing on time? We're about 20 minutes from 7. I might hold on for a little bit here. Not much color left to do in this. Right now, we got everything kind of repainted. Purple set pretty good. I'm pretty much fine with that except for touching up. That'll be when I come back to it. But that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Ow, fuck, that was not smart. Well, I'll probably let this sit here for a minute. I do gotta figure out dinner. I'm really looking forward to Fantastic Four movie, honestly, Jeff. Superman. I don't DC and Superman. Superman's hard sell for me. I liked Man of Steel because it made Superman feel so wonky, but it made him feel human. You know, so I felt like it was relatable for the first time. Superman's never been something I was into because he never felt relatable, except when he except when Superman the death of Superman stuff in the 90s. I loved that stuff. I was way into all that. I loved all that. Man of Steel made it feel like it was something I could enjoy because, like I said, like it just felt like he was grounded some, and I really appreciated that. And as it progressed, I think it got harder to watch. DC stuff's just a hard sell for me, anyways. I'm gonna be honest about it. So I like it. It looks cool. I hope it's good. I think James Gunn is being at the helm of all the DC stuff is great and could really breathe life into it. I love the color palette. It really feels like a true comic Superman. My concerns is first of all, if this doesn't do well, then the DCU is fucked again because I think like you can't fuck up Superman. We've got all kinds of Batman iterations, and for the most part, they're all good in some form of way. Christian Bale's, I think the movies are stronger and better and can hold on their own if you take Batman out of them, which makes him so good. I just don't like Christian Bale as Batman. And I really like Rob Pattinson in The Batman. I really like that movie. It just felt different. Very Gotham, still gothic-y or whatever, but also, you know, that young Batman that's still kind of learning the ropes or whatever. But I just feel like the Superman ones never, I don't know, like Christopher Reeves after the first couple, they just get so campy, you know. I actually think that one that came out with Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor, I think that gets a lot of hate. I guess I can kind of see why I actually don't mind that one as much. Like I said, I like Man of Steel, but like as that DCU continued further, it got worse and worse. Like I love Jason Momoa, but fucking Aquaman is awful. I'm hit or miss on his Aquaman, but just a lot of those movies I feel like were garbage. I think honestly the Wonder Woman first movie stands better than some of the others in that series. You want to borrow a sword? Oh yeah, yeah. You can borrow a sword. You gotta come get it though. But I say all that, and I do hope that it does well. Like I don't know, it looks like cool. Like I love Nathan Fillion, so I like that he's Guy Gardner. The Peacemaker trailer came out this week too. Guy Gardner's already in that, and Nathan Fillion's going to be in that, which is great. That's a great character to kind of back and forth with him. So I'm excited, but I think Fantastic Four just generally because I do like Marvel more, and even though I was never really a big Fantastic Four fan, I was always kind of a Thing fan. I think it looks really cool. I like the concept of it. Like, yeah, I'm pretty excited actually. It looks really good. And I really hope it is because I know Fantastic Four is very, like, the first family there is very holy to a lot of people, comic book wise, you know? So I hope it's good now that Marvel has full control over it. Like, it needs to be good. You know, and it's interesting with, like, Thunderbolts and some of these other ones that are going to, you know, focus on crisscrossing with them specifically. It's weird to me that, well, new Avengers, excuse me, that's kind of the route they're going with that, but you know, it is what it is. I was just kind of shocked that it wouldn't be bring back other casts or whatever with the multiverse shit. So I didn't like any of the Suicide Squads, honestly. Even the second one, they're just to me. I can't get into them. I tried. Like second one might have been better some of the first, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's been so long since I've thought about them. I don't know how to explain it, but I never really liked them. I just thought they felt like this were awfully written. But right on. See the Dead. Yeah, yeah. Use it. You see, you playing Siege? Oh God, that stuff's so. You must have a lot of patience, buddy. I do know. I heard Creature Commandos is cool, Jeff. I haven't watched it. Like I said, I just I don't know. I know all the cartoons, like the animated. I've heard like throughout the years for DC are really good. I just I don't know. Just don't really have a lot of interest to it. I think the Green Lantern's definitely a character, and a lot of the stuff around Green Lantern. If I was more into DC, that's a character I really kind of like. Um, and Shazam and Black Adam. I actually think the first Shazam movie was actually awesome. I really enjoyed it. Never saw the second one. Uh, Black Adam should have been way cooler and had potential, and then you had the Rock be the Rock and try to strong arm everything, and also he had a child leading the story, which that's completely takes me out of it right away. When you got a child trying to lead the 100 years, some couple 100 year old like superhero or strong guy, like really, like that's not believable. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, excited for Fantastic Four. Excited for Superman to the best of my ability. I'll watch it and we'll see where it goes. So, but I do think I'm going to call it a day here for the stream for now. I could be back later. I don't know. More than likely not. I'll probably paint throughout the night as I get paint on my hat, maybe, which I didn't. So I want to watch this pay per view. I need to figure out dinner. But thank you for popping in here. If you were able to hit it up live, or if you missed early on, I just kind of showcased some figures. That Savage Crucible shield. Thank you again, Seven Dungeons, for making that happen, and Jeff for bringing it up, of course, and all the goodies that I got to play with or get to see. Those knockoff Spider-Mans are great. I love those as well. So, no, I appreciate everybody popping in here and just kind of hanging throughout the day. For a couple hours while I do some painting. I'll probably, like I said, I'm probably gonna paint on and off throughout the night as well too. And I might go live again just for kicks and gigs. I don't know. I do want to finish this EV Mux thing or figure it out and kind of maybe set that up for a night too. So it might even be something like that, just a little bit of a conversational piece for a test. But other than that, just some quick shout outs and stuff. Appreciate just Friday nights checking out World Makers Consortium, Rad and the crew there. It's a great stream last night, really entertaining as always. A lot of good tips. I love that community is not a gatekeeping community, just sharing all the love for what they do. A lot of these guys have such good stuff out there on Instagram. Make sure to check out Outer Multi Universe, Outer Universe, Multi. Brian's fuck, I'm getting that all fucked up. Timbo Toys, Rad Toys Galaxy, Wentzilla, and much more. I mean, that's just scratching the surface on some of these guys out there. Those are just the ones that I see a lot frequently. But make sure to check them out. Friday nights 8 p.m. It's a fun stream. It's an hour long usually. It's a good time. Everybody's really funny and chill, and we have a lot of laughs out in the chat. And of course, Comrade for getting me turned on to these sweet Spider-Man knockoffs. Make sure to check out the Grown Ass Men Toys. They do a couple streams a week. I'm talking wrestling tonight. They do the Raw Wrestling recap on Tuesdays, typically 8 p.m. Eastern. That's Collector, Fox, Comrade, and then of course Zilla on that. They also do all kinds of different streams throughout the week, but the other one I typically make sure I'm there live is Collector's Corners, 8 p.m. on Thursdays. Good stuff. That's enjoyable. So in the vein of all the hobbyist content here, make sure that you're checking, all those folks out too. As always, Seven Dungeons, Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern for the Shadowspark Chronicles. You can see all that D&D goodness. Got to give them some love. They're moving through this fucking campaign at a different pace now. It's great. A lot of stuff going on. Very entertaining, very fun. And then, of course, half-ass beer reviews throughout the week periodically when he's able to drop some content. He's been really busy lately, but we should have the chili cook-off video hopefully sometime real soon. I think he was finalizing that here so we can get that out. That was a good time to do that with the Great Lakes Beer Festival. So, and that, of course, brings me to that, which is Great Lakes Beer Festival is coming August 16th, that Saturday. If you even like craft beer a little bit, or maybe if you don't, you want something fun to do on a Saturday, come up here to the Dow Diamond in Midland, Michigan, and hang out with B&B and Half-Ass Beer Review. We're going to be live streaming. B&B will. Josh will be getting some, hopefully some footage, some D footage, as he says, because he loves the D footage. We'll be hanging out with vendors, all those sort of stuff. So we're excited to be partners with those. It's going to be a good time. It's great when you're in a concourse of a baseball diamond. So no matter what the weather's out there, even if it's hot, it's cool in there in the shade. It's a good breeze going through there. There's, over 70 breweries, meaderies, all kinds of good stuff. So it's a good opportunity to get tanked throughout the day. Just bring a DD for yourself. We usually stay at a hotel, small stone's throw away. So it's a great time. Check that out. We'll have more promoting of that too. The Great Lakes Beer Festival, brought to you by our friends through the Michigan Brew Trail as well. So I think that is it. That's a lot of stuff. It's a mouthful, but I do appreciate, like I said, everybody popping in here for one of these hangout streams. I'm going to plan on doing these more frequently when I can. Everything's really busy. Work's really insane. I'm working over every day a little bit. So just when I can fit them in, and it's probably going to be a lot of focusing on painting for right now. I hope. We'll see. I don't know. But again, hope you all have a good rest of your day. Hope you all take care, and we will see you very soon here with The World According to Tone.